Hello. There's two interesting stories that have turned up in a newspaper and magazine called Metro. And I follow this occasionally because the Metro very kindly did some stories about me. So it's there on my computer and it pops up every so often, makes a funny noise. And the two stories that struck me today, one was about Eamon Holmes and the other one was about Lorraine. Now, Eamon Holmes is a person I quite admire, and he's moved from ITV to GB News. So he's moved from GMB to GB News. It's also acronymous. And there's been a Twitter exchange on his account, and somebody pointed out that the viewing figures for GB News are better than the viewing figures of GMB. This is astonishing given the fact that GB News had such a bumpy start. I was going to do something myself for GB News, and then I think the whole show was cancelled in the extraordinary heave ho that was the opening of that channel. I hope it's settling down. There's some really good stuff going on, and always has been going on that channel, and I wish it all the very best. But Eamon Holmes, very interesting. In response to this Twitter note, which I can read to you, it's about as bad as GMB viewing figures now that you've jumped ship. Andrew, you should go over to Eamon Holmes' new morning show on GB News. Well, yes, it's a sort of it is an interesting comment, and Eamon Holmes added an emoji and a thumbs up. Perfectly reasonable. However, Metro interpret that as suggesting that Eamon Holmes is criticising ITV and the GMB show, which he headlined for 15 years with his wife, Ruth Langsford, who still works for ITV, and she still appears on Loose Women, and I think she's still going to be hosting GMB occasionally. So I just don't, I think this is, how should we call it? Soggy news, not fake news, but soggy news. There's another example of this with the Metro's reporting about Lorraine, and there they're saying that viewers were upset that one of her guests felt sorry for Prince Andrew. To feel sorry for somebody isn't necessarily to condone what they're doing. And I think the story of Prince Andrew is a story that we should seriously feel sorry about. We should feel sorry for the victims. We should feel sorry for the Queen and for the royal family. And I think we should feel sorry that Prince Andrew has been such a pillock. Because whatever the story might be, he has been so badly advised. He has been so... his ITV interview was the most extraordinary example of chaotic media presentation. This is hubris in the finest tradition of Greek tragedy. And I think if Shakespeare were alive, he'd be very quickly penning a play about the downfall of Prince Andrew. And yeah, he is a tragic character. That doesn't mean that I exonerate him for anything he may or may not have done. It just means I look at him and I feel sorry that this man of privilege, who had so much going for him, has, through whatever reasoning, been brought so low and has been publicly shamed. And it doesn't matter really now how the case progresses. He is shamed. And he has had the opportunity on so many occasions to deal with this. He should have resigned from his military honorary appointments. He should have resigned rather than being pushed from the charities. He should have been more proactive all the way. And I think he should have been talking to the American authorities. Anyway, a sad story. But I think, once again, the Metro has got the story, has sensationalized a story that doesn't really exist. There we are. Do follow the channel, do leave your thoughts, and do ring the bell.